Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 2022 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and really helps this channel grow, so thank you so much for doing so. If you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's see what we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay, these two right here. We have the Five of Pentacles and we have the Hierophant, the High Priest here in this is the Druidcraft deck. So the Hierophant represents us, Taurus. We need to be mindful of us, and we also need to be mindful of a negative outlook when it comes to money. It's a sense of self-sabotage, okay, that comes forward, and a sense of I'm not worthy of wealth, prosperity, and abundance. Wherever this mindset comes from, whether it comes from a bad relationship we were in or our upbringing, whatever it is, or struggles that we have been through, we need to look at this and say, why? Why am I not worthy of wealth and prosperity and abundance? Why does this get to be for somebody else and not for me? And what is my mindset around not having wealth in my life? Now, it isn't saying here, go and spend money that you don't have. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. But look at things and look at where the blockages come from. And let us start to fix them. Let us start to heal. I'm linking in the description box below a beautiful book. It's called The Law and the Promise, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. It was written in 1961, and it very much has the secret vibes, that kind of energy, kind of change your mind, change your life type of thing. But it's all about the art of imagining. It's all about the art of a belief, and that comes from within us, and that can change our lives. And it really is quite extraordinary. So I highly recommend you listen to it. It's free in the description box. It is an amazing, amazing book. So let's look here at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the sacral chakra and inspiration. So we're being inspired. When it comes to our money and our career, yes, we're being warned, don't get in your own way, Taurus, because we can overthink and overanalyze and also think that we're not worthy of wealth, prosperity, and abundance. But this is also a time where our inner voice is talking to us. Our connection with our angels, our spirit guides is connecting with us. And it's saying here, let me move forward. Let me embrace my prosperity. Let me move in success. Let me, see things in a different way. There is inspiration that is coming into our lives and that is guiding us forward. It is time for us to be inspired, and it's time for us to embrace this inspiration. Now it moves us to our tarot energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, so we're going to turn everything over all at once. We're doing a Celtic cross spread. Okay. So where we are right now, we are a student. We are learning, growing, understanding, and this is going to be a fantastic time for us to add to our knowledge, to add to our abundance. We are looking at things. We're able to see the questions. We're able to find new answers. We're also coming to certain things with a very brand new approach, a very new approach that is taking something and it's revitalizing it. It's really awakening it within us. So there is something here where it's like, I have a fresh set of eyes. I have a fresh set, a fresh way of seeing things. Embrace that and utilize it. There's a young energy around us. And I see this very much within ourselves. And there can be a person around us, fire sign energy, but there's a sense of, I am the student. And I really see this as pertaining to us. It can be somebody who inspires us to ask questions, but there's a real sense here of, I am the student, I am learning, I am seeking, I am diving deeper. So if we wanted to take a class, if we were interested in learning something new, even just as a side hobby to just enrich our lives, it really does help us in our personal career. And I don't know exactly, I think it just raises our energy vibration, but it really does put us into a very powerful, beautiful place. It moves us to our challenge energy, and this is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is this energy of, I need to fight. We have been fighting for so long, Taurus, when it comes to our careers, when it comes to our lives in general. It's been one, kind of trial after another. And this has just bled into everything. So what we're going to see here is that it's second nature for us to be like, okay, I have to fight. Like, okay, this is a battle. Like, okay, I'm ready type of thing. And Spirit is saying here, stop. This is a waste of our energy. If it is going to constantly be a battle, we need to either look for a new job or say, you know what, I'm not doing this. I'm not putting up with this toxic environment. And, talk to HR, talk to, a person around us who can help us. Maybe even just like talking to a friend or a therapist with, why do I feel overwhelmed? Journaling it out and seeing the progression forward, or seeing, what our psyche is thinking, to be able to say, okay, is this a place I want to stay, or do I need to change things? Because we can't always be fighting. It's just, I'm just feeling like I'm tired. I'm done. If we're always fighting, it takes the spark out of everything, and makes us think, can I really do this? Like, can I really get to that place that I want to be? So that's a really big question here. It moves us then to what we're focusing on. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of knowledge. This is a gift that is cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. This is a gift of, an expression of our voice. There is something here, Taurus, where we've kind of bitten back words, or we didn't want to say things because maybe they were, would be considered mean, or, they were uncharitable. But sometimes the truth is the truth, and it needs to be said, even if it's just saying it to ourselves. Say, you know what, I can't work with this person, or this isn't the right situation, or I understand that this isn't right for me. It might be right for somebody else. All of a sudden, when we start to say these truths to ourselves, we start to see a pathway forward, and we start to say, okay, this needs to be changed, or this needs to be explored, this needs to be grown. And it brings us to our past, which we've been trying to balance everything, absolutely everything. And what we've forgotten is to balance ourselves. Our emotions have been chaotic. It's been overwhelming. And so here, what we're looking at is from our past, when we've tried to balance everything, now we're starting to say, okay, I need to make time for me. I need to make time to balance me. Because if I don't balance me, I will not be successful. Period. End stop. And we need that success. There's power in our voice during this time. There's power in our knowledge. There's power in what we're bringing to the table. We have to believe that. Because if we don't believe it, who the heck will? It moves us to our strength, which is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is our ability to collaborate with others. We work great with other people. We also work great by ourselves. There's also a sense of a give and a take. We are able to give direction, but also take direction. And this is going to be our greatest strength during this time. It's not that we are a lone wolf out there having to do everything by ourselves. It's that we work as part of a team, and we really thrive as part of this team. But remember, we have to have our voice heard, or we have to also also be embracing our voice ourselves. If we don't work in a place where our voice can be heard, we have to hear ourselves. That's just going to be really important. It moves us to our near future, which is the Ace of Cups. Again, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of healing, beautiful love, handing us a gift of cleansing, of stepping into ourselves. This can make us a little bit more emotional. But what we're going to have to see is that I come from a place of love. I love what I do, or I love what my paycheck lets me be able to do. Take care of my family, build a future for myself, move things forward. The Ace of Cups is having that connection of the heart come forward. And as that connection of the heart comes forward, we start to see what we love, what we desire, but also what brings us peace. Our heart is very important. Taurus, sometimes we forget that, and when people look at us, they definitely forget it. They think, oh, they're hardworking, they're dedicated, they're diligent, nothing really bothers them. We're astoundingly sensitive. To be able to embrace that sensitivity and that pragmatism is very important. It moves us then to our suggested approach. We need to start celebrating. We need to not only celebrate ourselves, but celebrate those who are doing a really good job. There's a real sense of, there's a sense here, and from what Spirit is saying, Taurus, is I can celebrate people. Like, I can point out their blessings. And Spirit's saying that is your greatest strength, that you can point out their blessings, that you can celebrate who they are. You also have to celebrate yourself. Celebrate your wins. Not just like, oh, okay, that was expected, now I go on to the next thing. No, celebrate your wins and really embrace it. It moves us to what we need to know. We need to know that we're not settling for scraps anymore. Things are going to be more balanced, and things need to be more balanced. There's also very much a sense of, as we're learning, as we're growing, we are the people to disseminate the wealth. We are the people to bring the blessings. But we're not, I just see this as, we're not waiting for scraps. We're not waiting for handouts. It moves us then to our hopes and our fears. We hope that the doors will open. We hope that our ships will come in. We also fear what this next step, this unknown step, will bring. But we need to embrace it. We need to move forward in this way. Our hope is that the world opens to us. The hope is that, new ideas, new blessings come to us. Our fear is the same exact thing, that new ideas and new blessings come. Then I have to, activate them. I have to live in that energy. It brings us to our potential. We go from being a student at the beginning of this reading, where we are right now. Our potential is to be the knight, is to be the go-getter, the doer. Now, notice here, when he is a student, the Ouroboroses are complete. That's important. So when he is learning, when we are learning, there is a completion to us. There is a question and an answer and a discovery and an insight, and we know ourselves. When we are moving forward, the Ouroboroses aren't complete. We have the lizard. In alchemy, the lizard represents regeneration, rebirth. But the Ouroboros, the serpent eating its own tail, isn't there. We're not taking the knowledge and learning from it. We need to make sure, and Spirit is making this very clear, we need to make sure that we're taking the knowledge and learning, growing, seeing, understanding, and not just charging forward. Because if we're just charging forward willy-nilly, we're going to move, yes, but we're going to move in a direction that can be very overwhelming for us, can put us into situations that we thought, oh, I don't really want to be here, or I don't really want to be doing this. So be very aware of this, that as we're moving forward, as we're going after what we want, there's an intensity to us that can overshadow where we really want to be. All right, but our potential is that we are going after the gold, we are going after what we want, and we are really focusing on our future and what we desire. We need things to calm down. And that is going to be the greatest challenge during this time, to step into a calm space and to see what we truly want, what we truly need as we move forward individually. It brings us to go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the past, the present, and the future. The past, 5 of Wands, which makes sense. The present, the King of Cups. I love that. And our future, the 10 of Cups. Absolutely brilliant, Taurus. Our past was a lot of fighting. That's why our challenge is to stay calm and to be able to bring that calm forward. But our challenge here, our past, with the fighting and the chaos, is to say, I'm not getting involved in this anymore. There are office politics. There's, backhandedness going on. They're going to want to pull us in. They're also going to want to point the finger at you, Taurus, and say, it's your fault. It's very much like the Kipling poem, If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, but make allowance for their blaming too. That's going to be a very important thing. It's like, if you can see the chaos, understand it, and say, you know what, you're a fool. It doesn't mean that when we make allowance for their blaming, we forgive them. We don't have to forgive them. We don't have to like them. It's saying, you know what? You go your way because you don't know better, but I know better. And it's not an arrogance. It's just a sense of, I'm not getting into this pettiness, because our present is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, what I love about the King of Cups is that he says, I lead by example. This is who I am. I'm not here to pull everybody along. I lead. And if you follow, fantastic. If you don't follow, that's your choice too. I love the serenity of him. I love the singing bowl, right down here. I love that he's by the water. Of course, the King of Cups is always by the water. But I just love the peace. And here, that's our challenge, to embrace the peace, to embrace the calm, to step into our emotions, ourselves, and what we want. And to be able to say, you know what? It has to be right for me emotionally, personally. Not just, can I feel the coffers? Can I feel my wallet? Type of thing. And it brings us then to the 10 of Cups. And okay, so Spirit is saying right here, he's saying, go back to the King of Cups. Because for a lot of us, this is a privilege, right? To be able to say it emotionally matters how I'm being treated. And, I matter. We still have bills to pay. We still have mouths to feed. This seems like a privilege. But what we have to realize is that it's not a privilege to be treated with respect. It is something that should be. So if we're in a situation where we feel beaten down and we feel that we should just be lucky to have any job. I mean, I've been there. And it breaks you. It breaks your spirit. It breaks yourself. And then when you get out of that situation, you're like, oh, wow, why was I in that abusive relationship? But it was with a job. So just be mindful. Be aware that if you're in that abusive relationship with the job, it's time to start looking for something else. It's time to start to say, you know what, I'm worth more than this, because you really, really, really are. Somebody needs to hear that, because it's just like, it's been such a hard road. It's been such a hard road. And you have to understand here that now it's time for the game to change. Now it's time for your worth to come in. And it brings us to our future. And it's the 10 of Cups. And they all live happily ever after. Prosperity, success, bounty, abundance, wealth. It is your happiness. And what is your happiness? My idea of a wonderful evening and your idea of a wonderful evening, they can be astoundingly different or astoundingly similar. But it is our right to choose what our happiness is. And when we see that happiness and we say, this is what I really want, to follow that peace and move it forward with us, to follow that peace and be guided by it. That's the goal. And we're going to find that our heart guides us a heck of a lot more than we realized it does. And we're going to start listening to that. And Taurus, as we listen to our heart, as we listen to our own inspiration, our own self, well, that's when the extraordinary really starts to happen. It moves us to our subconscious Celtic cross message. And that's the Lovers. And this is Gemini energy. This is falling in love with life. This could be that we're born on the cusp with Gemini and that we're being told to follow our whimsy just a little bit more, to let ourselves experiment, explore, expand and say, why not? Why not try? Why not go after this? Love is there. We love what we do. We're passionate about what we do. Even if our job is just simply a job, it puts food on the table. We're passionate about being able to take care of ourselves, being able to sustain and move forward. The love is here. We need to utilize it. Subconsciously, we need to live in that love. The heart is so important to us, Taurus. It moves us to our subconscious past energy, and that's the Ace of Pentacles. As we're stepping into June, the energy that we're subconsciously coming with is God's source spirit, again, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift, a prosperity, abundance, and seeds to be planted. How are we planting them? How are we embracing a change, a financial abundance that sustains us and moves us? Because June is going to be that time that we plant these seeds, that we watch things grow, and that we're making choices that we don't realize necessarily will be so impactful later on, but they really will be. And it moves us to our subconscious present energy, which is, again, the Lovers. Very strong Gemini energy coming forward, meaning there's a duality to us. There's a complexity to us. We need to follow what we love. If there's not that spark there, then we need to have the spark within our lives somewhere, whether through a side hobby, whether through looking for a new job. We need to have the spark because we need that beauty and that brilliance and that fire and that passion to move us forward. It's so important. Spirit is saying, like, it almost seems silly how important it is for us to embrace this love, for us to move forward in this passion and in what we desire, because it changes the whole energy. It brings us closer to wins. It brings us closer to prosperity. It moves us to our subconscious future energy. And that's the Seven of Inspiration, the Seven of Wands. We need the Seven of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is this. So what we need to do is understand that sometimes we're fighting off the darkness. We just are. And we feel like life is an endless battle to get to the light, to get to that inspiration, to get to that sacral chakra of creativity and inspiration and sensuality. But what if we look at what we desire, and instead of saying, I'm actively going to fight, we say, I'm actively going to be that inspiration, to be that power, to embrace that beauty. And some days we will fail, and some days we'll absolutely succeed. But if we take the fighting out of it, and we put the beauty at the center of us, there are extraordinary things that can be accomplished. Especially when it comes to our career. It's like all of a sudden, our energy that would be, wasted on other people who don't see, don't understand, all of a sudden it's focused in us, and we move forward empowered because of it. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is the third eye chakra in psychic development. We are seeing what others do not see. There's insight. There's power to us. Are we listening? Are we connecting? Do we understand? It moves us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. We need to be mindful of moving forward, okay, a little bit too quickly. We need to be mindful of people taking half of the knowledge, half of everything, and saying, okay, I got this. Now let's go. No, planning is important. A sturdy way of seeing things, and knowing that also if I have everything planned out, it's still not going to go according to plan. Subconsciously, it's understanding that, life throws us curveballs in our careers, in our lives, in everything. And respecting those curveballs. Respecting what's out of our control. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves, and of the prosperity that is coming and that is also around us now. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus, and may prosperity always be with you.